Hey, there I am. We're live. Figuring it out. Refresh this. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. What's going on, Tim Windsor? What's going on? I'm just trying to figure this out. What's up, Russell? Yeah, I couldn't find my Santa Claus hat, so I can't get in John's live stream. So I've never used StreamYard, and I thought I'd try to figure out how to use some of this stuff tonight. Let's see, branding. Let's add a logo. Oh, I can't. I got to upgrade. Classic. There we go. I like that. Smack those thumbs up. What's up, Downhill Daddy? What's going on, man? Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the. I've never used StreamYard, so I'm just trying to figure out how to use this StreamYard. I got the link up here. Up here, if you guys want to come in, anybody wants to come in. I'm not even sure how to pin this thing to the top. Uncle Frank left his hat out here, huh? Or left his hat. Yeah, I ain't seen Uncle Frank in a while. He needs to show up. What is it? Got my little partner down here, my Basset Hound. She's in here with me. Dave, what you been up to, man? Let's see. Where's that? There's the. Let's see if I can pin that. Nope. Let's see. Let me make a comment. What's up, Brailsford? What's going on, man? Let me make some mods in here. I have to go over to this other one. Recovering from the flu. Well, that ain't good, man. That ain't good at all. Also, I have to do that from YouTube. So let me go to YouTube, get in here, and then I can do stuff from here, I think. What's going on, Zach? I'm trying to figure out how to use this StreamYard because I'm new at using StreamYard. So let's see. Add a moderator. What's going on, Rich? I haven't seen you in a while, man. Everybody enjoying this nice frozen cool weather? Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to stay warm out here myself. My code down here? Let me look. Let me see how cold I am there, Tim. It says Right now it is it's 11 degrees. So the wind chills, I'm not sure what the wind chill is. The high today was 13. The low tonight's going to be 0. But it's 11 degrees at the moment. Yeah, I know that, Dave. Low 20s in Texas, that ain't good, man. That ain't good. Yeah, it pretty much is the same temps, almost the same temps in Dallas as it is here. It's not much different right now. That Siberian Arctic blast coming down is pretty tough. It was 55 this morning. Now it's 20 degrees with wind chills below 0. Yeah. Brailsford, you're going to be 15 degrees tonight. Let's see if I can go up here and figure out how to pin this. Pin message. There we go. Hey, we got somebody. Got somebody out here.
How you doing, Steve?
What's going on? Steve? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Sitting here by the Christmas tree tonight.
I hear you. Trying to stay warm in that house?
Yeah, we got the heat cooking.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to turn my I got electric heat, but I also got a propane out here in the country. I got a gas fireplace, and I had to turn that thing up this morning because the electric heat didn't want to keep up. The wind was blowing so hard to the north that it was just it was cooling everything off so much. Brailsford said wind chill of 0. Yeah, wind chill is tough. That's cool, Matt. Yeah, I may be on for a little bit. I'm just trying to figure out how to use this sound or this StreamYard stuff. I've never used it really. I think I used it one night.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn how to do this and see my chats too.
Yeah, it's hard to do. I'm on a computer right now, so I'm able to have a couple windows open.
Yeah,
Rich, I imagine it's just as cold, or it's going to get cold up there if it's not already hit you. I know it was dipping down and coming back up to the northeast, and it was going to be horrible this week. Going live late tonight to pick your giveaway winners. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a giveaway also, Brailsford, for my 1,000 subscribers. I'm giving away a piston and rod out of Candy Cane. This is one of the surviving ones, and that's Candy Cane signed it, put a sticker on it. It's even got the rod bearing still in it. But this is going to be a giveaway. I need to do a video. I'll probably do one maybe Christmas night, or I'll just put a video up and I'll look for comments, and you just have to answer a question. And I will give that question away, and the question is going to be is, what cylinder did I lose in Candy Cane during No Name Nationals? It's in my videos from No Name Nationals, so if you don't remember exactly what cylinder it is, you can go back and watch that. But the piston that disintegrated, but you want that piston? I've actually got a couple of them. I think Tim Windsor wants one also, but I had a few left. I sent John Wilburn the piston and rod that was destroyed, and then I sent him another piston that had the number 6 had a bent rod, and that's going to be the trophy for next year's Worst Oil Down Award. That'll be replacing this Oil Down Award next year. It'll be a piston and rod out of Candy Cane. Still waiting on your piston in the mail. I got you, Tim. I got your address. I already sent you one thing in the mail, so I'll get something to you. Zach's watching 2 live streams. Yeah. Who else is on? Zach is Sublime on? Russell, you still gonna do? You thinking what you told me about that 5.3 and that Oldsmobile? You still thinking that route?
Yeah. I'm thinking pretty seriously about that. I've weighed my options on that. What it is I'm going to have to buy everything for that 455 anyway. And the bracketry that's about like hen's teeth for those motors anymore.
Yeah.
In a salvage yard anyway. And so I may just go with that 5.3, and I've got a 700R, a good 700R that I can put in it, and I think that's gonna pull that little Oldsmobile pretty good, you know. So
Yeah. Well, like we talked, you know, those wiring harnesses are so easy to get nowadays for standalones on the LS that it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat not doing that.
right. Yeah,
And if I had a 5.3 already that was ready to go, I would do a 5.3 because I have a 700R also. I would do a 5.3 in that AMC if I already had one ready to go.
right. And I've located another 5.3 that's supposed to be ready to go straight out of the salvage yard, but said I don't know what all is on it, but I do know it has the intake on it and the injectors. It needs coil packs, but it does have the ECM with it. But that and I've got a friend right down the road here that does the computer flashing and reprogramming and all that. So I can get him to do it pretty reasonable. So
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, it's hard not to do that swap if you've got available stuff already. And like I said, the you can pick up an ECU out of the pull apart for I think they charged me $20 at Jonesboro pull apart last time I got one. It's just $20 because they won't guarantee it to work. They just it's out of a truck. So
right, that's all I'd need, you know. And another guy was telling me the other day. Well, matter of fact, it was Doug was telling me that a guy he works with said that it would be cheap. We'd be cheaper off going with this other setup. I think he said it's 12 or 15, $1,800 or maybe, I don't know, something like that. And I said, well, if I had that 1,800 or 1,200, I'd probably go that route. But you know, so, but, I think I'd just soon try to slowly piece this thing together, you know.
What's up, Leighton Weldon? There's my neighbor across the field. He's one, like 2 fields over from the house. Yeah. I could shoot his house with a 22. That's that close.
You keep an eye on it for burglary.
What's going on, Ryan, with Streetcar Chronicles?
How you doing,
Ryan? I thought I'd start me alive. I couldn't find my Santa Claus hat to jump on John Wilburd's, and I've been needing to get a few watch hours and try to figure out how to use this StreamYard platform because I need to do a few lives. So I found a stocking, and the stocking wouldn't fit on my head. I was just going to put a stocking on my head. I could have put 2 of them, taped them, I guess. Working on Hot Show.
Did John announce earlier tonight? I didn't get to get in on anything.
No, he didn't. He is going to announce, I think, on the 30th. I think it's what he said, on the 30th. It's next Friday. Next Friday's live stream is the announcement.
All right.
Next Friday live stream. Hopefully it's good for us.
Right.
I mean, it'd be good for everybody, I think, if it's in the same place, because that track was so welcoming and let us do our
Right.
own thing.
I knew they were talking. They were a lot of comments were talking about 1,000 subscribers. They may do something like that, but I think I think he'll always stick with 500. You know, so. But he may have something different for the 1,000. You know.
Yeah, I know he said I don't know, equivalent of 500. I don't know. He beat around the bush a little bit, but he's going to tell us exactly what it is. I don't think it'll be 500. I mean, I don't see why it would be any more than 750 actually, but
Right.
the 500 though is good because you still get a lot of newer people coming in.
Right.
To get the 500.
And that
really,
I learned that.
Once you get your 500,
you go ahead.
Once you get to 500, once you start going over 500, it gets a little easier. But just getting to 500 is what takes the longest. It seems like for most people.
And he did mention that there would be, all of us that's already been there is seasoned coaches now. So, but I don't know. The 500 is attainable in that length of time between now and September. I learned that myself. So, and I'm only like 130 away from 1,000. So I'm either way it goes at it all, I should be. I'll be there no matter what. So
yeah. I was getting close, and I said, well, I would like to get. Let's see. I believe people that showed up should be grandfathered in. If not, I'm mistaken, but I could be wrong. That sounds like it should be right. If you made it to the first one, and it don't matter what your count should be, for the next one. I think if you show up for the first, you should be grandfathered in, no matter if you get your whatever changes.
Yeah, that sounds good.
There's the man that's in the better weather right now. Old Chef Shade Tree's down there where it's still a little bit warm. I know it was 71 degrees at Vero Beach this morning because I keep an eye on that. That's kind of the area I like to go to. He's down in Sebring, Florida right now at his dad's place. Let's take a look. It looks like the wind is blowing that way. Let's see, there's Winter Haven. Sebring's in this area. Sebring, Florida, 48 degrees. Okay. So it's starting to cool off down there. I think he's about at his low temp, though.
I got to try to get over here where I can plug my phone up. I'm on my phone.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of times if I get on the live stream with my phone, it's because I ain't got but 20% and it eats it up so fast.
Right. Got to locate it.
Russell, did you see those fox bodies that Chef Shade Tree's got at his dad's house down there?
No, I haven't got to see that.
His dad's got some beautiful fox bodies down there. He's got a 90 model and he's got an 85 GT that's got a Cobra motor in it. It's beautiful. It's an awesome car. All right. Yeah. We got another fellow here trying to jump on in. I think I see his face.
Hi ho, fellas.
What's going on, Ryan?
Oh, just trying to avoid the holidays as much as possible. What y'all doing, man?
I'm trying to get my phone plugged up right now.
Oh, God. Yeah. I had to go out and do some last minute shopping today for myself.
This is the man shopping on this day is when men like to get their shopping done. And tomorrow morning,
Oh, yeah.
Some people.
Yeah, I like to be pretty pissed off by the time I'm all said and done, Y'all ready?
Yeah,
Y'all ready
I
for
think we
Christmas?
finished. Yeah, we're ready.
Ready as I'm going to.
Ready as they're going to get.
Yeah, I hear that.
From anything after this is a birthday present.
That's
Guarantee
right.
you. I got my wife something, and that's the main thing.
Yeah,
Everybody else can fend for themselves.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, we got to do some stuff with the in-laws tomorrow night, or her family. Yeah, my brother-in-law texted her today and said, "Don't worry about getting us presents. We've been sick for 2 weeks. We haven't been able to go shopping." I'm like, "You tell them to keep their ass in the house. I'm on vacation. I don't need to get the flu again."
Y'all hear any snoring going on? This person right here is snoring up a storm behind
Oh
me.
yeah.
Yeah,
What kind of dog we got there?
that's a basset hound.
Oh yeah, basset hounds. If they ain't barking, they're sleeping.
Yeah, Dave told me he has a basset hound too, and mine's female, so I need to send her to Texas. And
Well,
let her
I
get
don't
some
know if
Texas.
Slinky. I don't know if Slinky's got it in him anymore. You know, Slinky's
Oh,
up there in
okay.
age. You know.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He's
It's that antique.
yes. He probably have to dust the cobwebs off.
Maggie's only 2 years old. She's only 2 years old.
Oh yeah. Hey, honey. Oh, I'm working and talking to you guys. Oh, you thought I was talking to myself? Oh, no, I haven't heard from him yet. Yeah, I haven't heard from him yet. Yeah, make sure you get your damn tamale. My wife thought I was losing my mind out here.
I know I'm talking to the car. It's listening to me.
Yeah, I gotta talk to Honcho because Honcho's treating me dirty. All these freaking leaks. I bought this cool dash piece to put the screen in here, and I set it in here, and I don't like that it covers up my fuel gauge. My fuel gauge works. So now I'm trying to figure out something else. I don't know if I want to use it. And I should be under the car working on leaks, but I really don't want to get underneath the car in the cold concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I've still got a little oil drip off of. I believe it's my low oil sensor on my 5.3 in my truck, and it's just either been raining or cold, and I didn't want to get back up underneath it. I just been driving it.
No, I don't know if I got a line or a front pump seal leak. Something's leaking towards the right side just a hair, but it looks like it could be center too on the transmission. And then I've got a leak on the dang rear diff cover. Just
Maybe you'll be as lucky as I was on this 90 model OBS out here. My dad said it was a dipstick tube, but it ended up being the bottom transmission line. I'll just have to tighten it a little bit. Bottom transmission line was just barely loose.
Yeah.
Tighten it up and quit.
Story of my freaking life. I hate manual. I mean, I hate automatic transmissions because I can't ever get. I've never had one that didn't leak. It don't matter what I do, the dang thing will just start leaking.
Right.
And then now I got to figure out. See, here's something cool that a lot of people don't know about Honcho. Honcho has Bluetooth.
That ain't factory.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. But I gotta move that. It's like you do one thing and then you take 10 steps backwards, you know. You think you know what you're doing when you're building it, and then you start adding stuff that you wanted to do. You're like, God dang, I didn't even think about that. Part of it, I guess.
He go down with it, says he drives a 3-pedal car.
Yeah, I tell you.
That's a millennial anti-theft device right there.
I guarantee you it is.
If I had the money, Honcho would have had a manual in it.
If I get another 2-door sports car, it's going to have a stick shift in it. It's going to have a 3rd pedal.
Yeah. It's hard to beat them A10 speeds of the Mustangs, though. I tell you.
Yeah, but well, I don't. No more than I race it. I'd rather have the fun on the street with driving with a manual.
I don't disagree with you there. Not one bit.
I mean, I didn't. I don't. I'm not going to make it a race car for a long time. So
I was say yet.
Right.
I mean, it's very capable. It's very capable, but it's my daily driver.
Well, I'll tell you what. My buddy Victor lives around the corner from me here. He's my old neighbor before I moved in this house. He had a 15, but now he's got a 19, and he's got a Pro Charger on. Was it a D1 SC or what's the one that everybody likes to do on D1 SC or whatever? And
I'm not sure on the Pro Charger. Yeah.
yeah, he got that on there, and he's got an E85 tuned and full bolt-ons. That car makes 913 horsepower.
Yes. Yes.
And it runs 620s in the 8th mile, full weight, full interior. Drive it there, drive it home.
I know. It's absurd how fast they are.
He keeps texting me, let me know when you want to go race my Mustang. I was like, I don't have no. Mm-mm.
When you want to race my street car.
Yeah. No. Not yet. Not yet.
What's going on, Bill Beckett?
Yeah. So I gotta get this done tonight, so I gotta get a couple things done tomorrow. And then Christmas night we do a cruise. And I'm fixing to go put a whole bunch of miles on this thing. We'll see how it goes.
They do that cruise every year.
Yeah, well, just last year, me and Dave were just sitting around, and he's like, "You do anything tonight?" I said, "No." He goes, "Let's throw a cruise together." I'm like, "Okay." And we just kind of put out a APB on Facebook, and we ended up having like something like 40 cars show up. It was a good. So we pushed it out a little further to some other people, and they pushed it out to their people, and weather's going to play a factor because it's just going to be downright cold. Last year, I think we had
it was 70 degrees. 70 degrees, I think it was last year on Christmas.
Yeah, it was dang near 80 up here or down here or over here or where the heck I am. But yeah, it was nice, man. We were wearing shorts and T-shirts, and so this year, I don't know, but there's a lot of guys that said they're going to come, so it'd be pretty cool if it was bigger than last year. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean,
yeah, weather definitely play a part with some of these cars that don't have heater cores, right?
Yeah, I have one.
I took my heater box out of Candy Cane before No Name Nationals, but mine is just 2 hoses and 4 bolts away and 1 wire from working. So,
yeah, mine was full of rat infestation, and I thought about putting a Northern G-body heater only G-body box because the factory air box doesn't work well with big blocks, especially if you're running tall valve covers. And I've got tall valve covers with risers because I have girdles on it. There's just no way I could fit it in there. And but it got to the point where I was like, I'm not even gonna mess with that right now. I'll figure that out later because I thought about doing like a vintage air setup or something like that. But I don't even know if I'm gonna do that now. It actually, I sound dead in the car, which most people, you don't do that when you're trying to make something go bad.
That's right.
I did. I sound dead in the whole car, and because my ears they're not. I've been noticing they don't like the noise much anymore. And we went on a ride in this thing when it was pretty well stock for about an hour with just a Flowmaster dump. When I got home, I could hardly hear. And, like 2 days to recover from that. So I was like,
I'll tell you something else that's loud is driving next to a stock car that's got side pipes with a high rev 327 right beside you. That's pretty loud too.
Hey, that's a distraction.
Yeah.
That thing sounds good with those side exit pipes on there though.
Oh yeah.
Hey, ask RC about it when you miss going from second to third. Uh,
Oh, gee.
I flat footed it a couple times trying to hit third gear and missing, but
Did it ever
I
float?
didn't pitch any rods out.
That's right.
I know if you're going to run a standard drag racing, you need to have either one shifter or a really high dollar shifter transmission that has several shifters on it. But you don't want to do it like I did it.
No, you don't. I don't. Ryan, I don't know if you've seen what his shifter setup was, but he has first and second, and then another one for second and third, and then he's got another one for reverse.
Oh, got a multi
In
rod.
order to go to third, you have to go from first to second, put this one in neutral, grab this one, go to third.
Yeah,
Then
it's
fourth.
a Saginaw 4-speed, but with individual shifting levers on each linkage.
Oh wow.
and a 600 gear. So that thing
Yeah,
was
I
all
had a
about
600
grabbing
gear.
gears.
Still
People-
cool.
People was asking me, why don't you put a 4-barrel on it? And I said, I couldn't handle a 4-barrel on that thing. It was so low geared.
Yeah.
It-
You gotta ease it on up there because there ain't much there to work with out back.
As soon as I got on the gas, I was hitting second gear,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
fun.
them 502 barrels are great carburetors, though. That's probably the best carburetor I have is that 502 barrel.
Oh yeah, the 502 barrel. That's good. That's a real good carburetor.
Yeah, this one I had on the car, it's a really good 502 barrel. I think new it's about $1,000. So it's a
Oh, I see. Oh, what?
It's-
Laurie Snick,
very high dollar.
Mm-hmm. None of that stuff's cheap anymore. Yeah, I've gotten rid of so many damn carburetors over the last 2 or 3 years. I kicked myself in the ass. Should have just kept them.
That is something you always regret getting rid of is a carburetor.
It's just one of them things where it's like, I don't know. I literally, this time last year, I had 2 HP 950s, an HP 850, an 870 vacuum secondary, 2 650 double pumpers, 1 750 double pumper, parts to a 750 double pumper, 2 790 water jets. I mean, like,
Wow.
what am I going to use them? I even had a Demon. I had a Demon 950. Blech, it was junk. I don't like them things.
I've never had a Demon.
Yeah, I don't like them.
I've always wanted a Predator, though.
Yeah.
I've always wanted one of those square Predators.
You let me know if you want one. I can probably get them to send one to you.
Yeah.
Those were great off-roading carburetors, that's for sure. A lot of
Really?
guys. Oh yeah, they were killer. They were actually really good carburetors.
I mean, I remember seeing them I remember seeing tunnel rams with them at the drag strip back in the early '90s. Over at George Ray's. Yeah. I always thought that was the coolest setup was 2 Predator carbs sitting up there on that tunnel ram.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know there was a lot of guys. There was a mud track right here, just right down the road from where we are.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of guys were trying to go Predators on those because of the being so rough. And the Hollies would overflow unless they had the modified tubes on it. So.
Yep. That's what it was. It stopped from that, and it's the float bowl design on the Holly when they started bouncing around, in the mud.
Right.
Yeah, it was the Predator was a better design for it. It kept them fed.
Tim Windsor said he had to go get under the blankets and let his pit bull lay on him. That's his heater.
Yeah. Blame one bit. Yeah. Yeah, I like I like carburetors, and that sucks because as a matter of fact, I was at Summit today picking up some stuff and I started looking at carburetors. I'm like, God dang, man.
A man with 2 snipers on his car was looking at carburetors again.
And I went over to
if you would have had 2 Dominators a month ago or in October or November, if you'd have had 2 Dominators, they would you still would have had problems, but you wouldn't have known it until you swapped them. But
yeah, oh yeah, no, yeah,
you still would have had vacuum leaks. But
no, that was so stupid, man. And it's something we were talking about the other day. It's like we keep making a joke. Like, I'm like, man, I cannot believe that I didn't think about that. Like, I know I was told, but like, it was just in the back of my head. Like, that ain't it. That ain't the problem. It's this cheap freaking fuel injection I bought. It's all junk. And stubborn and hard trying to change the way, start looking at things from the wrong. And I'm sitting here trying to blame it on a freaking, computer controlled unit when I don't even think, hey, I've got an actual mechanical problem here.
Yeah. Biggest issue with those snipers is that 10-pin plug. What I already said.
Don't buy. You got me?
Now you'd froze for a minute. You're back now.
Okay. Yeah, I was sitting there thinking, boy, I tell you what, if that thing don't run worth a snap when I'm done with it, I screwed the pooch, because I usually don't like buying, motors from somebody else. And I'm losing you again.
You're there. You're back. You're back.
Freezing up.
My
You froze up a couple times.
Man, my internet's freezing now. Jeez.
It's too cold outside.
Go figure. My biggest issue was, it's actually, it all depends on how you set it up. I mean, it's not horrible. Like, I haven't finished tucking the wires on mine, Ari, but I mean, it kind of comes down in here and hides behind the breather. Yeah, it sucks, but it's not horrible, It's this stuff down here that sucks, and this is all inputs that we haven't used yet, and I don't even know if I'm going to use them, so I may end up just unpinning those and deleting all that stuff, but I didn't want to mess with it before we, went to No Name, and then when we came back to mess around with it at home.
Laid her down with it. Took a tumble in the snow. Got to lay down. All right.
Yeah, but so far, man, I'm really happy with it, though. It's working really, really good.
It sounds great now that you've got it lined out. It's raspy like it should be,
Yeah, I'm gonna run the lash on it tonight because it needs to be checked. But I've got girdles on it, but I just want to check it, make sure that it's not moving around. And but I mean, we put it on there. Like, Dave put just a rough tune in it, and it's on the self-learn stuff right now, and it's surprisingly, with as rowdy as the cam is, it's actually doing pretty dang good.
So you got a map sensor in your intake?
No, it's built into it.
Oh, that's right. The vacuum line goes to the.
Yeah.
Oh, it's built into the unit itself.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking of that. I'm thinking of the Terminator where it runs.
Yeah, no, it's not like the Terminator.
Vacuum line to the system. That's built into the. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's map based stuff, but it's pretty good. I'm actually, and it's funny because now I went into Summit today to the scratch and dent section, and I found some bits and pieces for Jake's truck and stuff, and there's like a whole rack of snipers that have been returned. Oh yeah, and they're dirt cheap. Like, there was a polished dual sniper setup, the super sniper, for I want to say it was $1,300 or $1,400, and it hadn't even, like, it didn't even look like it's been used. The throttle bodies were like brand new clean.
And where was that at?
It's at Summit and the scratch and
Summit down there.
Yeah. And
that's the stuff you don't see you don't see that online. That's just right there in the store, right? People returning stuff and
yeah. There's 5 or 6 snipers, 2 super snipers, the twin super sniper, and then the 650 ones was and then there's a couple of 2-barrel ones. And my buddy bought
I did see a 1-barrel sniper yesterday on Instagram. I didn't know they had a 1-barrel sniper. It was on an inline 6-cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty neat.
Yep, they got a 1 and a 2, and so my buddy's got a Bug, and they had a 1 barrel and a 2 barrel up there, and I sent them to him. I was like, "Hey, man, put some fuel injection on that German Powell," and it was cheap too, man, like $500. I mean,
It's cheap as a carburetor.
yeah, I mean now that we figured out once, I mean, and how to use it, I think what it is, a lot of these guys get them, and they either do a crappy job of wiring. That seems to be the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Is the wiring issue, and then they send them back and go back to what they know. And I told Dave, I was like, I got a good mind come in here and buy all these things up, test them on my car if they're good, keep something else or resell them. God, nuts. But I was
It's
looking
like any of them. You learn the system, and you figure it out. It's just a 4-banger. Welcome in, man. That's I just seen a Jeg system. Looks like a Holly knockoff.
Oh,
That
really?
Jeg's got carburetors now too, I believe. Yeah.
I was kind of concerned about Jegs there for a minute. And I hope they stick around. I know they got bought out, so I was getting kind of concerned about that. I hate Summit. Don't get me wrong. I hate Summit. I hate that it's this close to my house because I can go down there and get my ass over real quick. I even called Dave when I walked in there. I said, "Guess where I'm at?" And he goes, "Oh God, does your wife know you're there?" I was like, "No, I'm Christmas shopping." He goes, "For who?" I said, "Me." For me.
Hey, what's going on, Travis?
So I went in there. They got all kinds of stuff that you would not believe. That store, that scratch and dent store, is. I'll see. I'm trying to see what I can compare it to. You ever been inside like an Aldi? Aldi there?
Yeah.
It's like size of a dang Aldi. Of
The scratch and dent store.
Yeah.
At Summit.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude. I got a billet. LS.
Do you want to say this on air? Do you want to say this live?
I'm gonna a billet LS SFI approved flywheel for Jake's truck for $82.
Where's this located at?
It's it in Arlington, Texas, at the Summit location here in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just built an outlet store on the back side of the building. I mean, headers. Dude, there's 3 aisles of just headers.
Wow.
And a lot of this is return stuff, right?
Yeah, it's either returned or it came to them and the box was
dented. Yeah,
whatever. Yeah, I had a little ding in it here and there. So like the sniper stuff, like I think the dual sniper that didn't look like it had been used, I think the box was damaged because they still have it in the box, but they cut the top off so you can see down in and they put cellophane over so you can see down there, see it's got everything. And but the box was damaged pretty bad. But shoot, I found a set of Edelbrock RPM heads for a big block Chevrolet, complete with rockers and everything, for $840.
Oh my God! I'm glad I don't have one of those close to me.
Buddy,
I know where Big Block go broke at.
Yeah, they got Mopar guys have a heyday in there because you wouldn't believe the amount of Mopar craps in there. I've called Blake before and be like, "Hey, you need any of this?" It's before he had his Dart.
Yeah.
Pounds and pounds of big block Mopar stuff. And I'm like walking by, half mount rocker arms for a big block. He goes, "I don't have a big block." Oh, shit, I lucked in. How about a cam? You cam? I mean, they got cam. They got all kinds of stuff there. I'm like, dude. But the only thing that sucks is there is no return. So
yeah, I can see that.
You buy it, you own it. And I screwed up. Was it last year? Oh, I think I got rid of it already. Yeah, I think I got rid of it. Anyway, I found a Power Master alternator.
I'm with you, Joe. 4-banger. I'm with you.
Yeah. I found in there and destroyed my next couple of weeks at home before. Yeah, it's bad. The only thing that sucks though, there's two. Well, it doesn't really suck. I mean, you either wait 2 or 3 days for your stuff to get there, or overnight, or whatever. Yeah, it's nice that you can just go there and get it. But when you go there, you're losing 5.5 hours of your day. By the time you drive there, it's not super close to me. It's still 45 or 50 minutes from my house. But
I don't play golf, but I guess it'd be equivalent to going and playing around the golf, I guess.
it would, yeah. I always say, hey, I gotta step away for some me time, and then I come home with a little
So-
summit like this.
So who bought out Jegs?
Do what?
Who bought out Jegs?
I'm not sure. It
But
wasn't
he said
bad, but the Coughlin sold it.
maybe it was. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, they sold it a couple months ago.
Maybe
I think.
PAW stepped up.
PAW. Are they even still
PAW.
around? Are they?
I think they still have a store. But God, I mean, that was the book we used to get, was the PAW book. You know,
I still have a PAW book. My last one I ever got was in 1997.
Shirley Muldowney.
Russell.
Yep.
Yeah, PAW. She run for PAW. Russell put me on a book lately that I find a lot of stuff in, is that Days Motorsports. It's dirt track. And they got a book just like Summit. It's just like Summit, but it's all dirt track stuff. And I looked at one at Russell's shop, and I was like, so I called the number and ordered me one. And fuel fittings, man, they got all the fuel stuff you need because it's dirt track stuff.
Yeah, it's got it, and it's got a little chart in there for beginners on the AN fittings. It's got a chart in there showing you exactly what each one is and what size they are. It's pretty cool little book.
I'll grab this book. I got one right here. Let's see.
They're pretty reasonable on their stuff too. I think if you order over $100 or maybe it's $150 worth of stuff, it's I believe that's what it is. I believe it's free shipping.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool deal.
Oh yeah. Do y'all have Smileys up there?
No. I think that's more down there in Texas, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't know if they were branched out or not. Yeah, we got some Smileys. I always go in there. It's most of the brake stuff I got on this car is from Smileys.
Yeah.
If you need something
Yeah.
that's like specific, man, Smileys always seem to have it.
This is it right here.
Day
Day Motorsports.
Huh.
But it's a book just like, I mean, it's got oil pans. And it's just like Summit, except it's special. It's directed towards dirt track racing.
Oh, me damn.
So there's stuff in here that they run at dirt track that I think would be good drag racing.
I know it would be. They got a lot of the same parts. I mean, it's just like your rods and cranks and pistons and things. You know, they got real good stuff in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Dirt track shops are what most of our race cars, our street race cars, were made out of, was dirt track shop stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We used to use the control arms, the front control arms and stuff, the G-body stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
tubular stuff.
Yeah, heck yeah. Go get that instead of that high dollar AJE crap or whatever. Yeah, it's good stuff. Kind of a hidden. You'd be surprised how many guys are like, oh man, I didn't even think about going to the dirt track shop. I'm like, why not?
Yeah,
Same
Speedway.
stuff.
I got Speedway stuff. I used to buy from Speedway.
Oh yeah.
That's what dancing along with Reynolds is asking who else was out there, and I was like, there's Speedway and there's Days and Summit and Jegs. There used to be PAW and there used to be Northern Auto, and there used to be a bunch of them. 20 years ago, there was so many of them, but
yeah, they've kind of slimmed down. That's for sure. I like to try to support the local guys. Like I go to this place called Speed Tech here, and remember Super Shops back in the day?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Keith, the guy who owns it, general manager for Super Shops for I don't know, like 15 years or 10 years, something like that. So when Super Shops went out, he bought 5 of their locations and opened up Speed Tech, and he's since downsized just to one store.
We had a Super Shop here in Memphis.
Yeah, I used to work there, and he's kind of got out of the parts game though, because you got so many people like Summit and Jegs and all that stuff that can just overnight stuff to you, whereas and price is better. So he mainly just does builds. Like they build a bunch of really nice stuff at his shop, but I'll go in there once in a while. I'll be like, hey, you got any parts here? They got parts everywhere, Parts is like, yeah, you got this? Nope, don't got it. I was like, God dang, that's why I don't come here.
Just a four banger. Where is that at? Ram Chargers. I don't think I ever heard of them, but where's that located at? You said it's just 5 minutes away from you.
That was the group that had an old car back. They had the Ram Chargers car back in the day, and they started a parts group, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Michigan Muscle, welcome. Competition Products. Yeah, Competition Products done a lot of chassis stuff.
Yep.
I think we used to buy traction bars, Competition Products traction bars.
Yep.
He says Taylor, Michigan is where that Ram Chargers was out of. Yeah, I think, I remember seeing pictures of the Ram Chargers cars back in the day.
Yeah, and they I'm pretty sure that's the same. That's the same group of guys. But anywho.
Yeah.
Well, I got to hop off. I got a bunch of crap I got to do. I just wanted to hop in here and say hi.
All right, Ryan. I appreciate you stepping in here, man.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. We'll see you around, buddy.
All right, we'll see you.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to have to get on and do me a live here one of these days. Try to get the computer out and try it that way.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to go live tonight, to try to figure out using this thing a little bit. What's going on, Jason's Garage?
Hey, Jason.
The link is posted at the top if anybody else wants to jump in. Travis says, I used to order parts from Day and Smiley's. A&A Manufacturing is a good one too. A&A is I don't know if that's the same one I'm thinking of. There's A&A maybe in Indianapolis.
And don't they do a lot of bracketry?
I was thinking it was transmission stuff, but I might be wrong.
I might be wrong on that. There's Greer, the boy I buy a lot of stuff off of right down here local. He gets a lot of bracketry made or buys from them. They do a lot of laser cutting or plasma cutting or something like that, for brackets and a lot of chassis components. So. And Smiley's, I think they're based out of Texas.
I never even heard of Smiley's either. I guess is that dirt track oriented also? Yeah,
they're a big dirt track.
Travis was in dirt track racing too. Perpetual Projects. He used to do some dirt track racing.
Yeah.
I think he said that's what he had a Fox body for before, was dirt track racing. If I remember correctly.
They work good. Now everybody's gone to the G bodies and they've got those figured out pretty well.
Do they?
Hard to beat in stock bodied stuff.
You know what? When I went up and bought that Capri and I bought that 63 Newport, a guy was there loading up a Monte Carlo SS out of that junkyard, and it was missing the front cap. And he said that's the one he wanted because that was less parts he had to take off of it.
Right.
He was building that Monte Carlo SS for a dirt track. That's all he done was dirt track.
Yeah. Yeah. They're, those cars are disappearing real fast. And if you can't,
they had two of those Monte Carlo SSs in that yard. I know he bought one of them. He may have went back and got the other.
Yeah. Yeah. Any of those, G bodies, they're all the same frame. So, they work real well. I know a lot of your modified stuff, the IMCA modified style, UMTS, your USMTS, UMP, with soda, Northern Sport Mods, all of those, they run mainly old Chevelle front clips now, and you can't find them, but they have a company that's connected through China, I guess it is, and they're stamping all of the front end parts for those, and they bring them over here the shop that I used to work for up at Batesville, Arkansas, Larry Shaw's, they've got a jig and a fixture. They're building those front clips right there, brand new, and on a fixture, and then they build the cars. So
there's a lot of guys running those now.
Oh yeah, it's everybody wants the Chevelle front for the IMCA modified style. So they've got a better front end geometry on them. So hey, Terry Grover, seen his name in there.
Yep, Terry says hello, Russell. Travis is commenting. I think he's kind of behind in the chat, though. I think he needs to update. Hit live.
Yeah, brackets. That's what I was thinking. Aconite Manufacturing. That's the Greer boy I deal with, Justin Greer. He buys a lot of bracketry through them and resells. He's one of their dealers. So
tabs and small parts. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Chassis components and whatnot. Yeah. Yeah. They've got a pretty good product. I've bought some things from him when I was building this stock car, trying to get it ready for the No Name Nationals. I bought a few brackets to get that car done. So
Kenworth T300 anti-Lucy. What's going on, man? That's another thing, Russell. When you throw these lives up, you get new people popping in every now and then.
Oh yeah.
You know, people get bored, especially on a night like tonight when it's freezing outside and ain't got nothing else to do. And so you pull up lives and let me see who's doing a live stream right now. And
right.
So okay, Perpetual Projects. Travis said he done asphalt racing.
Okay.
Guess what? He had his spot was asphalt.
I'd like to do a little asphalt, but there's no asphalt tracks in Arkansas now, so that's our problem.
There was a 3/8 asphalt track when I was in the Army in New York, right outside of Fort Drum. They had a real nice 3/8 asphalt track. It was a fast track.
Appreciate it there, Terry. Yeah, I do a little singing and in church, and I've actually got 3 CDs that I've done, but I just haven't got out and advertised them very much. But mainly gospel music. So but yeah, I might get on here one of these days and do a video of singing a few songs or something. As long as people don't unsubscribe.
Doug says he just got rebuilding the front suspension on his D150. He used the B-Van lower control arms to drop the front end. So you use the stock control arms and it dropped that front end 4 inches, and then you just put shackles in the back. That sounds like the way to go. You keep your factory.
I have seen that. I asked a guy about that one time. He said that any of the van front lower control arms is a 2-inch drop for a pickup, and so they bolt right on. You have to knock the I think it's the steering block, their stop. You know, the spindle stop. You have to cut that off, but it'll give you a 2-inch drop on the front just by bolting those on.
His internet's so bad he's 5 minutes behind. Yeah, you ain't too far behind. Yeah, just a 4-banger. So I've seen you on some of the Mustang live streams that I'm in. So you're in Michigan, I guess you said. I think it's just as cold here as it is in Michigan at the moment. I know the wind chills. And last night the wind was blowing so hard. It was. I found out I found leaks in my house that I didn't know I had.
Well, that wind was tough.
It was. Cutting right through my house. Let's see what it says here. We was just talking. We moved back from North Carolina in 2019, and on New Year's Day. Well, it was at the beginning of What was it? Yeah, the beginning of 19. So on New Year's Day, 2019, we was on the beach in North Carolina. It was 70 degrees,
Mm.
and I think Christmas Day last year was 70 degrees also. Yeah, he says he's out in his garage. Yeah, it's 11 degrees here at my house right now, which won't be much different at Russell's house. It's going to be about the same.
Yeah, it's
Says the
pretty
low,
cold right here.
says the low tonight's going to be 0 without the wind chill.
Yeah,
I
I
got a
spent,
bathroom on the north end of the house and a bathroom on the south end. And my bathroom on the south end, the water froze in it last night, and the north end's fine.
oh, wow.
So I
We
just have to
spent the
wait.
night in Mountain View, Arkansas last night, and it's up on the hill, you know, and or up on the mountain, I guess you could say. But it was 3 below 0 there this morning when I got up.
Here's
So,
what Doug says there, Russell. The lower control arms on the van has a spring pocket and the truck doesn't. So that's where you get your lower to that. He said you have to remove the lock and tab for the truck and drill out the strut rod mounts and then clearance for the sway bar. Okay. That's not bad at all.
yeah, I
So
knew there wasn't a whole lot of work to do.
He said he took out 4 inches without cutting his coils. And you maintain your factory ride quality then. So that's great.
Right. Yeah.
That is great. I did not know that. That's good to know.
Yeah,
I tried to get Dodge truck.
I tried to get Matthew to do that on this silver and black Dodge out here, and he said, "No, I like the way it looks. Just stock out." I said, "Okay." I'm working on getting a 440 and I believe it's a 727 out of a old motorhome, and I've been talking to the guy about it for the last 3 or 4 years, but every time I get to talking to him, it's summertime, and I said, "Well, we're not going to mess with it in the summertime because of wasps." But he said it's a wasp den in there in the summer, but so he said right now is a good time to do it, and I said, "Well, let's wait till it warms up a little bit." But it was a good running 440 and good transmission, so I think it'd make that little old truck scoot.
Yeah. That's a good looking truck too, Russell. That Dodge is. I like them trucks.
Yeah,
it
just needs a little work, but it'd make a good one.
So Zach says right now it's let's see, what did he say? It's 44 degrees. Zach, you're in Florida, right? 44 degrees is going to be 28 degrees for the low. When he wakes up in the morning, it's going to be 24. And then he said, yeah, I think he's in Florida. Most motorhome 440s have a front sump oil pan, and the trucks need a rear sump. Okay.
That's good to know.
And the motorhomes is where a lot of 440s are that have low mileage. So,
yep.
Mexican Spec, what's up, man? Always putting up them awesome cars in Mexico on Instagram. I love seeing all those cars. There's a lot of them that I would still drive that he puts up. Yeah, let's see. When I moved back here in 19, I ended up buying a 84 D150. It had a 360 in it. If you look at some of my first videos on my channel, that's you'll see some of them say Dodge 360 with a whiplash cam. It had that Hughes Racing whiplash cam, which is designed for stock compression. And those things, it sounded good. It thumped really good with that cam in there. And that Dodge had a quartz jet on it. And quartz jet actually worked. It worked good.
If they're tuned right, they're a really good carburetor. But Most people don't know how to tune them.
Did you see the 66 Dart with the LS swap? No, I didn't, Mexican Spec. I did not see that 66 Dart with the LS swap. I'll have to go back and look at it. You put so many of them up, it's hard for me to catch every one of them. You got a lot of cool stuff on. Feels like -1 in New Jersey. It's cold. You know what? What's the difference between -1 and 10 degrees? Ain't really much difference to me. It's colder than I want to be. I know I walked outside once today and I didn't have 2 layers on, and I wasn't out there 5 minutes. I came back and put some long johns on and went back out with a bigger jacket. And I thought, okay. I can go check the mail now.
I went out today and loaded some stuff up out of my shop that I had to take up my in-laws' house tomorrow. And I think I was out there about 15 minutes. And when I come in the house, my fingers was almost numb. I'm not used to this kind of weather.
I tell you what, as long as I can keep my feet warm, if I can keep them from getting cold, I'm okay. As soon as my feet get cold, I'm looking for somewhere to put them.
I guarantee you. I've had to work them jobs where my feet got numb all day long and just had to keep going. And I hated those jobs, but luckily I don't have to do those jobs anymore.
So Just a Four-Banger says, yeah, tuned right. The Quadrajets are good. He said his old man had a buddy that used to do Quadrajets for dirt track guys. He used to build them.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you, there's nothing like a sound of a Quadrajet with the lid turned upside down on it.
I know.
And coming to you down the highway.
We all done it, Russell. Woo. See, my D150 project shop truck will be getting a 413 with an aluminum top end for now. Eventually, it will get Project Iron Fist 451 stroker with a tunnel ram.
Wow.
Yeah, doing that 451 stroker, that's with a 400 block, Doug, right? That 400 block is an amazing block that Dodge has. If I had a Dodge, I'd want a 400 block in it. All right, Mexican Spec. Good night, buddy. Thanks for stopping in, man.
See you guys.
I like that Capri in your comment. Let's see here. Yeah, that 451 stroker with a tunnel ram. That's what yeah, there he is. 400 block, 440 cranking rods. That's such a good combination right there. That's a good race combo. That's a lot of Mopar guys run that because it works. That combination just works.
Now with that, right, I guess the 400 block would be lighter than a 440 block, wouldn't it?
I don't know. It's got the 440 block. The 400 block has it's webbed stronger. It's
right.
A stronger block. I think all of them. I don't know if it's any lighter or not. I'm guessing the bore is bigger on it. I'm not familiar with the difference in those, the 383, the 440, and the 400. And
yeah, I don't know much about Newport. I don't know much about the old big
63 Newport has a big block. It's a 361 big block, so it's small bore, short stroke. All the 383 and 440 stuff fits right on the 361. It's just the economy end, I guess, or something.
Yeah.
Be like having a 366 big block Chevy.
There was a combo a few guys was using back in the day, in a Ford motor. They were using, I believe it was 318 Dodge rods in a 351 Windsor and a Chevrolet Piston. I don't know if it was a 327 piston or a 350 piston or what, but it was a cheap stroker like that. I mean, not really a stroker, but longer rods. They were going with the 318 because it had a longer rod than the 350 did. So, or a 351 Windsor or something. I forget exactly how it was, but
So Doug says the 400 is normally lighter versus the 440. The 400 is a low deck, and the 440 is a tall deck. Okay. That's why you get more cubic inches when you put that stroke that 440 tall deck crank in that low deck block. You get more stroke, which gives you more cubic inches. I got you.
I guess you'd have to go with a shorter pin height on your piston.
Yeah, they make that. That's a good combo. That's what Jeff Long, that's over 10 miles from me. His 68 Dart has a 451 stroker in it, and with a couple nitrous kits on it, and I think he runs 540s or something. It's a fast car. Let's see. Terry Grover asked me, did I find a different crankshaft yet? Terry, I have not found a Pontiac crank yet, but I think Pure Pontiac Garage, he's up in Missouri, and he told me he's got a bunch of crankshafts, and he's supposed to be we're going to get together, and he's got some Pontiac crankshafts. I may find one from him. Now, there is a guy in Searcy, Arkansas, down by Russell, that has a Pontiac 400 motor that I'm supposed to go buy it too. And hopefully, if I get it and it's got a good crank, I won't need to get another one. A 400 block is the largest bore of all big block Mopars. Okay, I did not know that.
Okay, I can understand that a little better now.
Yeah. I guess we haven't hung out in enough Dodge chats there, Russell, to learn all the Dodge stuff.
No, I know very little about a Dodge. I guess I need to go see Doc Baker for a while. So
Yeah.
He'd fill me in.
Yeah, he will. I have a few old schools, but all small blocks, and a 60 LS. Mike's Car Hole. Welcome, Mike. Yeah, that's good to know, the 400 block. Yeah, if I had something with a Mopar, I'd want a 400 in it.
I guess
Ain't none of them cheap. No.
Yeah, I've tried to figure out the 383 how it was, what the stroke and bore was on one of those, but I had a friend in high school. He had a Super B, had a 383 in it, and that was one of the baddest rigs I'd ever been in at the time. So it was pretty awesome.
My dad used to tell me some stories of, back in this early 70s. Let's see. Doug says you can make a 515 stroker with a 440 stroker kit. But that takes money. Yeah, I bet it does.
Oh, yeah.
Mike's Car Hole says I'm mostly into old Chevys and late 90s and early 2000 Japanese cars. That's okay, Mike. I had some Mitsubishi stuff. I had Dodge Conquest, Mitsubishi Storians. I had about 6 or 7 of them. I was into those, rear-wheel drive turbo Dodge Conquest. I don't have one now. I still got some parts for one.
My nephew lives with us, has a it's not a Japanese car, but it's what the heck is that thing? A little Chrysler Crossfire. That's
a Mercedes.
It's basically a Mercedes.
Yep.
That's a fast little car. I squeezed in that thing one time and drove it, and my head was all bound up in it. I didn't have enough headroom set in it, but I drove it. I told him, I said, that thing's too fast for you.
Let's see if I can find this channel right here. Yeah, come on, computer. All right. All right.
V8.
We'll put up. All right, that link right there is Mike's car hose link. If y'all want to subscribe to him, I just subscribed to him. Conquest, slick ride. I tell you what, I had a couple really nice ones. I had a 187 Conquest that had 40,000 miles on it when I bought it. I bought it in 2002, and I did a ton of work on that car. It actually was a problem for me because I spent too much time working on it, so I ended up selling it. I want a Jensen Interceptor that came factory with a 383 and 440 Mopar. You know, Doug, didn't some of those Jensen Interceptors have 351 Windsors in them? Or did all of them have Mopars in them? Seems like I remember the Jensen Interceptors having some Ford motor. I don't know if it's Windsor or Cleveland, but I remember the Jensen Interceptors. The kit car.
I remember the name. And if I'd seen one, I'd probably remember it. But
Let's see if I can find one here. Jensen Interceptor. So I need to practice something anyway. Let me see if I can find one real quick, and I'll try to post it up on. Oh no, this is not what I was expecting. It's a British car.
uh-huh.
Let's see. How do I share? See, this is something good because I get to. Yeah, Mitsubishi Staran. That's what I had. As far as I know, they were only Chrysler powered. Okay. Yeah, it looks different than what I was expecting. Let's see if I can figure this. That's what I need to do. I need to figure out how to share this screen. How to. All right, present. Share screen. I don't have two monitors, but we're gonna figure this out. Window. Oh, there we go.
I know there's been some guys do that, show their stuff on there, but that's about as far as I know. I barely know how to turn a computer on.
Yeah, I know Buck told me that he would help me figure some of this out, but I haven't. Let's see. Let me try this right here. Did that share a screen? I can't tell.
Yeah, I got it. We can see it.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Yep. So that right there is the Jensen Interceptor. European 2+2 sedan. Yep. That is a strange looking car. I remember seeing them now, but I didn't. Yeah, I don't know anything about them. I'm thinking of something different. Cool. Now, how do I get this off of here? Oh, stop sharing. Okay. Down here at the bottom, it says stop sharing. Yeah, that's the first time I've ever done that. So that's one reason I went live tonight, was trying to figure out how to use this thing. I'm jumping off, guys. Merry Christmas, everybody. All right, Terry. Yeah, stay warm, buddy.
Merry Christmas, Terry.
ASO, what's going on? Auto Salvage Outlaw.
Yep. I don't know about the Outlaw. I'm a little bit of an outfit.
He's definitely an outlaw. Doug says his would be in classic British racing green. Doug, when I was first got out of the military, I had bought a 88 model Chevy Beretta off of a coworker, that was messed up, and I put he said it wouldn't run. I think I gave him $300 for it, and I took a coil pack to his house, put it on the car, and I drove the car home. He was so mad that I fixed it in like 20 minutes. And I took that car to my dad's shop, and it was faded out gray, and I told him I wanted it painted British Racing Green. So he painted it green for me. But let's see. ASO says, hey, Big Blocks and Outfit. Unfinished projects in here. See the one-eyed cat showed up. That means John Wilburn's live must be over. Pure Pontiac Garage. Hey, I need to get with you. I don't know if you emailed me or not. I put my email up on there the other day to see if you would shoot me an email or a message or something so we can talk about that crankshaft. Unfinished projects says Outfit Z.
Outfit Z. I got some bad news about the Outfit Z. It's going down the road. So
yeah, I think I heard you say something about you might be selling to somebody.
Yeah, my cousin's husband, he's buying it from me, so that makes me to have to put that old '62 Chevy truck together is what it's going to make me do. So
yeah. Well, we'll have some parts for you up here in this yard. I don't know what all parts you said you need, but there is some early '60s Chevy trucks in this yard.
Yeah, main thing I'm wanting to do right now is get it to where I can roll the frame, and then I'm wanting to. I'd love to sandblast and powder coat the frame, but I think I'll just hit it with a wire brush and throw some equipment enamel on it.
415.
Good. So that'll make it.
These guys right here, unfinished projects, throws a kiwi up. No, Dean throws a corn up. I'm guessing unfinished projects must be in Iowa or Nebraska if he's got corn up there. And we know Dean is from on that little island down there next to the big island or continent down there in the old New Zealand, Auckland. You know, Dean, do you do that? Do you do that warrior dance, Dean? I love watching people do that warrior dance. I have a big block twin to his truck. So ASO, you got a 64 C10 or somewhere right along that. I think that's what Russell's wanting to put this big motor he got in as a C10.
I'm trying to figure out a name for that truck since you've got the candy cane. I'm trying to think of a name for this one.
You won't know till you get it together, though.
Yeah, we got to figure that deal out because that.
So Doug asked, "What year is my brother's Little Red?" His truck is a '79 model, and he told me today because he looked at a Warlock that had the same interior in it, but that was an option for most of those Adventurer D150s back in '79. The Buckins console suite. Yeah. So 79 is what year his is, and that was an option for a lot of Dodge trucks. It did not have to be a Little Red or a Warlock or a Midnight Express. It didn't have to be either one of those. So if you find late 70s, 78, 79 probably is the same. He's more of a country hick guy himself, so he don't do the warrior dance then. Oh, he does do the haka. Okay. I figured you did. Yeah, the haka dance. That's right. ASO says 64 short wheelbase. That's what I got. Unfinished project says he's from everywhere, man. Yeah, they got a song.
Yep.
About you.
I've sung on that song before a little bit.
see here. Doug says his uncle's 78 Power wagon had that interior. Yeah, I thought 78 and 79 both would have that same interior. You know, I think I seen there's some Dodge trucks up here in this yard that we're getting stuff out of, and I'm trying to remember if I seen those same seats in one of those trucks up there. I don't recall. I like the look of the Ram Charger buckets in a console and a pickup. Yeah. And here's one-eyed cat talking about Mr. Johnny Cash. He's been a fan since childhood. Yep. The Johnny Cash house, childhood home, is about 10 miles from my house. I drive by it every time I go to my son's house. I drive right down that gravel road right beside the Johnny Cash house.
I was going to ask you, Steve, do you know where the sawmill was that his brother got hurt at?
No, I don't. I don't know.
That would be that'd be a good little history lesson to go into.
I could find out though, because in Dice, Arkansas, there, which is where the home is, right outside in the country, but in Dice they have a Johnny Cash. They do a tour, so the ASU does does a tour of the home all the time, and they give history stuff about it. Yeah, that would be a good question. I mean, I'm sure it ain't there anymore, but if I had to think, it would had to be in. I don't know if it would have been in Dice or that. Now that was the closest town to his home was Dice.
Yeah, I would think it was there or someone's farm close by or something, you know.
Yeah, Dean, that's what I meant. Johnny Cash's "I've Been Everywhere" lyrics. The haka, yeah, I like watching the haka. Some of the their soccer teams, that when they do it is pretty awesome.
They get pretty intense doing that, don't they?
Intense, yes. They do. And a lot of people join in, and there goes Unfinished Projects breaking the rules again.
Hey, I know a guy. I seen that Ram Charger. I know a guy that's right down the road here. One time, he jacked a Ram Charger up and put military 6x axles under that thing and had a big block in the back of it. That was pretty wild little rig.
Yeah. I seen a Ram Charger. I was at the leaving the Ford dealership a couple months ago, and a Ram Charger was pulling in, and it looked completely stopped, pulling into the Dodge dealership, and it was an older guy. It was in great shape. I said, I guarantee you, he's not going to a Ford dealership to trade that in. He's just circling through.
No, I guarantee you.
You got to be honest to live outside the law, Bob Dylan.
Now, was Tracy Lawrence, was he from around your area over there pretty close? Or was he from Western Arkansas?
Yeah, I don't think he was from close to me. Yeah, I don't remember if he was. Yeah, I don't think he was close to me. I didn't know Tracy Lawrence was from Arkansas, North Arkansas.
Yeah, he's from Arkansas. I was thinking he
I
was
listened
from.
to him in the 90s.
Yeah, I'm thinking he was from Eastern Arkansas, but I may be wrong. I know he's from Arkansas though for a fact.
Doug says he bought a Plymouth Trail Duster, which is the same as a Ram Charger, that was super rusty. We pulled off the top to take it on a double date, and the body fell in upon itself. It was that bad.
Hmm.
The top was the only thing holding that thing together.
Oh, mercy.
Paint me a Birmingham. Oh, yeah. That's a convertible. I think my father-in-law had a Ram Charger at one time. I know when me and my wife first started dating, he had a Chevy Love, 4-wheel drive, and I had to help him push start it one day because his battery was low.
Nowhere there's one of those Ram Chargers sitting, but I guarantee you the guys, if I talk to him, he'll say, I'm going to fix that up. So
ASO looked it up for us. He said he was born in Atlanta, Texas, and raised in Foreman, Arkansas.
Okay.
She's been in here snoring. She's not snoring. You on her? No, she's out. No contest. You have all the hometown advantage.
He would probably know a whole lot more about the Holdens than we would. So he'd have a hometown advantage on that.
Let's see here. I have to scroll back through some of the comments. That Ram Charger had a 360 in it that ran superbly. That went into his 73 Charger. So I was looking at, I always look back at 74 model vehicles. You know, they always say, figure out which vehicle you would like to have from the year you was born. And since I was born in 74, there wasn't a whole lot of vehicles that were desirable, except for, say, the Pontiac Trans Am Super Duty. That would be one. And then a 74 Barracuda would be another one that I would be fine with.
Right.
Love the Holdens. I don't say it too publicly. You can't say you love Chevrolets out, out loud. Mopar Den snuck in here. Where's he at? Oh, he must be watching. Holden, my beer. Mm-hmm. Yep, the Tomaso Mangusta. I remember the De Tomasos. 77 wasn't a banner year for cars as a whole. I feel your pain, Big Block. 77. Firebird again? I don't know. 77. That's definitely a smog year. So I know your car, Doug. Even though you're a Dodge guy, that Mustang 2, 77 Mustang 2 would definitely be your car to go with.
Yeah, you drop a 347 off in that little Mustang 2. It'd be a hot little car.
What are you doing? You wake up. Come here. Come here. Look at you. Let's get you on here. My little friend woke up. She's been sitting here just snoring.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Luckily, she ain't had no gas tonight. She's horrible. She's a gas monster. She's probably ready to go outside. I need to take her out here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna let her get outside. She just woke up. I'll be right. It's you hold her down, Russell. I'll be right back.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Come on, girl.
Yeah, Doug Norton, I used to dirt track race the little Mustang 2s, and they were pretty good little cars for being kind of a cheap built car, but they work pretty good, and a lot of people have started using the front. Of course, they've been doing that for years, using the front suspensions for hot rods for years. But I seen one time that had a 460 in it. That was pretty wild little drag car. So. I don't guess I've ever seen one of those. The what you're talking about there, Dean. I have to look one of those up, I guess.
Tomaso. Let's see if I can find that. Tomaso Mangusta.
Well, that's pretty cool. Shade tree.
Mangusta. Oh wow, that's a cool looking car. I definitely would take that. Let me share this screen here. Figuring this out. Share screen. Window. Boom. Share it.
Oh yeah,
that is a nice looking car.
It looks like a mix between a Lamborghini and a Ferrari.
It does. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's definitely retro too. That's definitely what's it say? $1970. Big old tires on it. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be a cool old car. Wonder what powertrain was in those. All right, let's unhide that. There we go. Got to see a Johnny Cash. I'll tell you what, it would have been better if he was 15. Johnny Cash. I never got to see Johnny Cash in concert. Hope it's not cold. Mrs. English, it is 11 degrees and it's going to get down to 0 tonight. So it's definitely cold here. The wind is not blowing as hard as it was. Sorry, I'm back. Had a holiday call. All right, welcome back.
I just checked it. It's 12 degrees here in Searcy. So
I seen a Mangusta in German silver. What a sexy car. My mom was a big Johnny Cash fan, and my dad took her to see him at Ohio State Fair, 1976. I was 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So Chef Shaytree was born in 71. Then 71 had some good cars. You got way better choices in 71 than what I had.
That was a real good year because that's the year I was born.
I figured that's what it was.
71, the 71 Mach 1, that was a pretty nice car too.
Yeah. 280 K code or 302 and a J code. Okay. Huh. Got to see Nirvana in concert. It's even cold in Florida. I know it's getting cold in Florida. ASO says 13 degrees where he's at. And Doug says it's 16 degrees in Michigan. They got 10 inches of snow in just 24 hours. I remember those days, Doug, when I was at Fort Drum, New York, in Watertown. We would get, it seemed like if every time it snowed, we'd get about 30 inches of snow, that lake effect. So Dean's saying that car had the no, LT1 350 Chevys. That would have been the early LT1s. Lots of things come from 1971. I took my driver's license test in a 65 Mustang. My test. What did I take my driving license test? I think I took my test in my mom's 86 Pontiac 6000. I believe that's what I took it in.
I took my driving test in one of the biggest cars you could take it in. It was a 1975 Lincoln Continental.
My mom had a 1974 or 5 Lincoln Mark IV, the 2-door.
Yeah, I think this was Mark V. It had the 460 in it.
Yep, hers had a 460. I'll tell you what, I remember my dad would go out and he'd stop and he would just stomp it and it would spin that one tire until you let off the gas. It would just smoke it.
Yeah. This thing would get 24, 25 miles a gallon too. That's pretty cool.
Well, Wendy English says it's -1, but the wind chill is -19. Oh, man. I'm not cut out for that kind of stuff.
Where's Wendy from? Alaska?
No, I think Don, they're in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I believe that's where they're at, Pennsylvania. Is that right? Temperature by Zach is 40 degrees and it feels like 34. They don't need to get that cold down there, Zach. Start getting that cold down in Central Florida, they start losing oranges. 71 350 was still cooking. Yeah, 71 was a good year for a 350 motor. As a horsepower year.
Yep.
Yep, Pennsylvania. Russell and the Chef, 71.
Yep.
The cars we had in driver's ed were a Chevy Corsica, Dodge Dynasty, and Ford Escorts. Woo, powerhouses. My dad had a Dodge Dynasty, and I tell you what, his windows were tinted on that Dodge Dynasty, and I loved driving that car. That was a good car to drive until my brother totaled it out. Chef took his driver's license test in an 82 Cadillac Sedan DeVille. He failed it the first time, then took it in a Pontiac Bonneville, and Pontiac Power passed it. He needed to get away from that luxury. ASO says it's 13, might as well be 0 because it's cold. It don't matter. When it gets below freezing ASO, it don't matter. It's all the same to me. It's too cold.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone know where I can get a 327 small block there, Russell? I see them every now and then, but I just don't know a lot. I know where one's at in a 67 Caprice. It's the stock motor, that station wagon. Still got that 327 with them double hump heads sitting in that salvage yard.
That'd be the best way to go right there. Get that motor.
And what's good about it is this car was a factory AC car, and it's got all the brackets. It's got the air compressor and all on it. So you would get everything you need on the front of that engine.
That'd probably have a power glide behind it too, wouldn't it?
Most likely it's got a power glide in it. One Mangusta was built with a high-performance 327 for GM's vice president, Bill Mitchell, but soon sold to a GM employee, designer Dick Rusin, who has owned the car ever since. Okay. Shrinkage. Yep. Hippie Miller. What's up, Hippie Miller? Welcome. Mike's Carhole says he's looking for a 327 for his dad's 70 C10. Mike, where are you located at? Me and Russell are both in Arkansas. I'm in Northeast. He's in East-ish Arkansas, Central East.
Northeast Central.
Northeast Central.
Does that make sense?
If Bill Mitchell had a smaller UFP. My dad has a small block 400 sitting in the garage back home in Ohio. Chef, small block 400s they're getting harder to find.
Yeah, they are.
I had the last one I had a little piston chewed on one of the cylinders a little bit down in the a rod broke and chewed a little of a cylinder on the bottom, but it wasn't anything to hurt it. But the last one, it's been a while since I had one, probably about 8-9 years ago. No, I take that back. I've had one. I did have the last one I had come out of a 71 Nova, and I didn't realize it when I bought the car off the guy because it ran, but it had no coolant in it, and he knew I was loading it on a trailer. So when I got it home, I think I bought it down in Prescott. When I got it home, I filled it up with coolant, and it all ran out. The sides of the block were busted and bulged out that far.
Yeah.
It was busted on both sides of the block. You back? You get cold out there? Huh? You get cold out there? You got a snack in your mouth too. Tell you
Yeah,
about this basset hound. Anytime you give her, she wants to bury it in something.
yeah. I bought a small block 400 one time, going to try to build it for a dirt track car, and took it to machine shop, and it's supposed to have had a cracked cylinder, and they were going to put a sleeve in it for me, and it wound up having a crack in the bottom of the block, like what you're talking about, right above the pan rail.
So Mike's car holds in Virginia, and he says he will travel for the right engine. Temperature day went from 60 degrees down to the 20s. I know, Zach, we had yesterday we had a 50-degree drop in temperatures here in Arkansas. It was nice yesterday morning, then it was miserable last night. My friend's dad was a GM executive. He bought a McLaren X. Didn't have the dealer prep. Drive it home, parked it, had 14 miles on the odometer. You can buy a dart block just about as cheap as a block work at a machine shop. I don't know the cheapest dart block. The cheapest dart block, as far as a big block goes, because I was looking at one. My cousin was trying to give me a 565 Eagle Stroker kit. He was selling it to me really cheap, but I'd have to have a big M block because it's a 4.6 inch bore. And there's a guy on eBay that sells blemished dart blocks. They're $1,900 for the big block. And then I would have to have heads because these 781s wouldn't flow good enough on a 565. I'd have to have a big aluminum head, and I just didn't have $5,000 or $6,000 to put into building a motor. I saw a 327 and a Falcon. Had a wild looking cable pulley set up for the throttle. A cable pulley set up. I've seen some. So speaking of Falcons, he brought this up in a Falcon. I was telling you earlier, my dad would tell me stories from the early 70s. His buddy had a Falcon with a 302 or 289 with 2 4-barrels on it. He said they would go like up to Kennett, Missouri, and he'd pull into town. He'd drop the headers on it, and he'd go through town. And he said the car was fun and fast because it was so lightweight. Said he got up in town and he called out these 2 guys with Roadrunners, and both of them Roadrunners were 383 4-speeds. He said so they went outside of town, and them 383s just smoked him in that Falcon every race. But he said they thought they had something until them big block Mopars come out there and laid it to them. The one my dad had's all rebuilt, long block, basically a stock 400 with a cam. So you got a rebuilt 400 sitting there ready to go in a vehicle. Well, Chef, you're nothing but a Ford guy, so you need me or Russell to take that 400 off your hands, and we'll put it to use in a Chevrolet.
Oh yeah, guarantee you.
What is up, Buff's Garage? Stopping in to say hi and hit that like. I appreciate you stopping in, Buff. That is awesome.
Pontiac Power Hour, right?
Yeah. Oh, Buff was when I went out to Wichita, he was sick that week, so we didn't get to meet up. I drove through, and even I didn't realize that Ray with Punisher Le Mans was in Joplin. I drove right through Joplin on my way to Wichita.
Mm-hmm.
Buff says Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, for find a vacuum advance. JB's little shop. I seen he jumped in here earlier, or he was passing through here. He said he is not. Oh, look, we got right here. We got somebody trying to come on in.
Hey guys,
Hey, man.
can you hear me okay?
Oh yeah, we hear you just fine.
All right. I saw the link and I thought, well, I can't come in and not, hit the like and all that. And then I thought, well, wait, if you're going to put the link out for just anybody,
Mhm.
Yeah,
say
the link
hi to
is up
everybody.
because this is my first time really using StreamYard, so I'm just trying
Oh.
to figure out how to do things.
oh, it's fun.
I just learned how to share a screen, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. Have you learned to share a video?
No.
Let me see if it'll let me because I'm not an admin.
Oh well, let me give you some privileges
No,
real quick.
hold on. I'm getting it.
You just gonna try it and see?
Yeah, we're just going to try it. Oh, you have to share it. I added it. You have to hit share. We're just going to see if it works. You don't actually have to play it very long.
Here, I got my little
Aw.
thing here. No.
That's how my
Why are you lying?
how my Pontiac sounded earlier. Hey. Because it's kind of long. You don't have to.
Okay.
It's my Finnegan commercial.
Oh, cool.
Now let's see. I can just go bam. Oh, and there it's gone. Yeah, I got really good at adding videos. Excuse me. And
What are you doing?
yeah, it's fun stuff. I like StreamYard a lot.
Once I get to learning it and how to use it, Messi greatest of all time. Messi's
Well,
good.
YouTube has a new feature that you can go live or you can go live with friends, but it doesn't give you all these cool options for like
What is
adding
your problem?
videos and graphics. And StreamYard's got that nailed down.
How would I'm new at this too, but how do you have to download the app for StreamYard? Or
Nope. You mean on your phone?
well, I would more than likely be doing it on a computer.
Yeah, no, on your computer, you just go to StreamYard.com. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm on my laptop joining your live, but if I wanted to do a live, I just log in under mine, and then you just it'll let you either. Well, it depends on if you're paying for it or not. If you're paying for it, you have all kinds of options, which I don't pay for it, but
Right.
basically you can go live. I think the paid version you can pre-record it and put it out later. I only do live, and I tell all my guests, I'm like, they go, hey, can we pre-record this? And I can do it on a Thursday or a Tuesday instead of Thursday at 9 because they're on the East Coast. I'm like, no, we're doing it live at your time, 9 o'clock. So like,
Right.
Over in Georgia, and he goes,
Getting into
stuff. Can we do it another day? And I'm like, nope. If you want to do it, it's Thursday at 8 p.m. Central.
Right.
I fought hard to get him. It was his schedule's tight.
No, I could imagine.
Had it not been Thanksgiving, I don't think I would have got Steve Mignante. But who's not busy at 8 p.m. Central on Thanksgiving? Well, he wasn't, so it worked perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, you've got some good stuff going on in that Pontiac Power Hour. Some good people coming in.
We're trying.
Good talk. The trivia, we all love the. I tell you what, I was watching the history of Pontiac at work the other day because I watched the history of AMC, and then I started on Pontiac, so I got to go back and finish that because great information, and it will help me on Pontiac Power Hour to answer stuff.
So I realized that we really used up all the best trivia in about the first 6 episodes, and I should have, pieced out the really good ones to make them last longer. But so now I'm trying to get some more obscure stuff, and as long as Hunter doesn't give me too much crap about the concept vehicles, then we can throw that in there too, because the oddball concept stuff I think is really cool. But some of the diehard Pontiac guys don't like it.
Hey, y'all can say Merry Christmas. This is my mother-in-law right here,
Oh,
Barbara
Merry
Hamilton.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Oh,
Love
thanks,
the
Doug.
Power Hour rocks.
You know, we got a few haters out there already, and I think that's the sign of a good show. If you got a show that some people just do not like, that's a good show. And I'm just being honest. We did it to have fun, just like you guys are doing right now. We did it to have fun. I just added a little structure into it, and man, I'm telling you, I've got a hell of a co-partner, a co-host. I mean, Ray is awesome.
Yes, Ray is
And
awesome. He sure
he
is.
was super chill and kind of quiet when we first started this, not sure what to do, and now he's getting some big names. There's a guy on. Well, he's been on TV. He's been on Motor Trend. He's been on YouTube. Huge following. He's lining him up for January, and I don't want to give it away because it's his guest that he's got. But man, if that comes through, that'll be awesome. I'm asking pretty much anyone that has an email address. I have asked Jay Leno from Jay Leno's Garage. I have sent him an official email. So
you never know.
You can only
Jay is a
see
car
people,
guy.
right? I've got some.
You never know.
I got some big Pontiac racing folks from Pontiac history. I've got some Discovery Channel celebrities that once their schedule frees up, they want to do it. So I try to explain to everybody, they're like, how are you doing this? And I said, for every one guest you see, I've asked 4 to 5 guests. So if I ask 5 and get 1, I think I'm doing pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why
Doug,
are you winning?
So I don't know what motivates you guys in the morning, but there's this, I'll say rapper, and he has a song called, Every Day I'm Hustling. Every Day I'm Hustling. And I play that. When I want to get motivated, I play that song. It gets me going.
Mm-hmm. A cup of coffee gets me going.
Well, I don't drink a lot of coffee. I'm stimulated enough, so Powerade works.
JB's little.
Yeah, JB's the bomb. I know he kind of had a rant last night, and I'll be honest. I was a little worried he was talking about me because he mentioned the Power Hour, but it turned out he was talking about somebody else.
Oh, I missed that. I didn't get to see his rant last night. I'll have to go back and check that out.
Yep, and justifiably, just like I got in a hurry and I couldn't welcome everyone to the show last night. And I'll be honest, I'm going to try really hard next week, but it's Mike Finnegan and he's advertising it. When we had Kevin from Junkyard Digs, we had 10,000 views on that video, on that live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're used to having 180 views and you jump to 10,000 views. It's really hard to keep up with the chat.
I'm about to say, I bet the chat was just blowing up.
Right. And what you guys are going to see on your end on StreamYard is right now they're trickling in, right? You can keep up with them.
Yeah.
But when you've got 10,000 views and at any given time you have a couple hundred people viewing it, they're blowing up the chat and it all comes at once. So like Unfinished Project just posted Slacker Shorts 196. That would have already been gone. Just already scrolled up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Scarhole. It was, I felt like when we started, Ray and I were averaging 20 to 30 views a show. That's not a lot, but I'll take it. I'm happy with that. That's 20 to 30 people that said, I want to watch that show. And then we got to 60 and then 80. And when we hit 100, man, Ray and I, you guys didn't see it, but Ray and I are dancing in the background. We're so happy. But the last 6 shows have averaged around 180 views, except for Steve and Kevin. And I'm pretty sure I don't have it was on Ray's channel last night, but our numbers last night were really good too because of the Dalton Austin thing. So those guys put on a hell of a show.
when I popped in there and I seen that you had Austin and Dalton both in there, I thought that the Pontiac lineup was there.
So it was one of those where I had a slot to fill on the 29th, and when Finnegan couldn't do last night, you know, he was genuinely upset about it. He's like, I'm really sorry. I've had this planned for a month, but my wife said she planned something, and I said, he goes, I can't tell her no, and I said, and you shouldn't. We don't want to hear that Mike Finnegan got his wife mad at him. So he goes, but I want to do another date. And I was like, well, I have the 29th open. It's 29th, whatever it is next week. Yeah, 29th. And he goes, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to tell her she can't plan anything else that night. I'm like, okay. So then I was going, all right, I got this 22nd to fill. I don't have time to go chase another huge guest, like big guest, but gosh, everybody loves Dalton. Everybody loves Austin. Those two together would be a great mashup. So I hit him up and I was like, would you be okay sharing the stage? And they were both on board. I'm like, that's it. That's our show.
That's
Those two
awesome.
are,
Yeah, that was good.
great.
I tell you what, I like seeing Austin's PRI coverage. That he did some he covered some good stuff there.
I watched a lot of people's PRI coverage, including the great Vice Grip Garage. No offense, but his coverage kind of sucked.
Austin knows so many people.
Yeah, he wants us to get Blueprint Engines to come on Pontiac Power Hour. He thinks he can. He's not arranging it. He says, as a viewer of your show, I would really like to see Blueprint Engines. I'm like, okay.
That'd be great. Yeah.
We'll get whoever we can get. And I see a couple people saying 10K views. Yes, thank you all, because obviously it's great to have a big name and boost your numbers, but it's not about the views for me. It's about the audience. And you guys that are in this chat are pretty much the same ones that's been watching the show from the beginning. And I just thank everybody, the No Name family. It's awesome. If it goes anywhere at all beyond here, I'm taking you all with me. We're all going to hop in a bus and we're going to go.
Pretty cool.
I won't be like, oh, you're right. It wasn't Blueprint, Doug. Thank you. It was Butler. We were talking about Blueprint. Oh, I'm excited. It's 10 o'clock at night here, and I'm excited.
It would be awesome to have if you had Butler performance on there. I mean, that's the Pontiac right there. I mean,
yeah. I
look at things I can't afford on their website all the time.
You know, after I said Blueprint, I thought to myself, I think I just said it wrong. And so when he corrected me, I'm like, yep, I did. It is Butler. And it's because it's 10 o'clock at night. I had to work during this snowstorm. And yes, I'm a little tired.
Slacker Shorts, how's it going?
How many you got in here? Let's go look.
15.
Oh, man.
15.
That's really good.
Yep, I started off with 3. I see Russell jumped in. We was in here for a minute, and then
I literally just uploaded a video. So what time did you start this? Because I missed it.
2 hours ago. See, John Wilburn forced my hand tonight. I looked for 30 minutes for my Santa Claus hat. I looked through 3 closets, and I could not find it. I even took a stocking and tried to get it on my head, and I couldn't. So I said, I'm just going to go live.
There you go.
John Wilburn forced my hand. Eventually, he'll be off, and so I just went live. I had him playing in one computer, and then
I wasn't home, so even if I had a Santa hat, I couldn't jump on. I wasn't home, but I got to go dig my Santa hat out. At least before Finnegan's show this next week.
Be right back.
Man, you got a really good group.
Yeah. I've got a great group of people in the chat. JB's been hanging out in here for a little bit. Jason's Garage. He's popped in and out of here a couple times.
Oh, cool.
He's got his Santa Claus hat. I seen him and John Wilburn's
Yep.
live. He did. Have
I
his
saw
hat on.
everybody with their Santa hats, and somebody with a Jason mask, maybe.
Yeah, somebody might have had a Jason Voorhees mask on.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, Zach Foxbody said he was going to come on the panel.
Yeah, he hasn't popped in the basement yet. Zach usually hangs out when I'm in my Mustang groups. Zach's always in the live streams in the Mustang groups.
Oh,
I
cool.
hang out with Sublime GT and Mr. Mach 1 and Car Mob. We all hang out in our Mustang group.
I'm hearing a lot of people getting Mustangs lately. Have they
Yeah.
dropped in price or something that all of a sudden?
I mean, they're not selling them for more than sticker. I mean,
Huh?
Yeah, I
But-
seen the CEO said he was going to stop all of the markups on them.
Oh, not new ones. I'm seeing people snag up like older ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like
Fox
a lot of
Body.
the people I watch that when I watch them, I'm watching them for Chevy or Dodge content or whatever. It seems like everybody's picking up a Mustang of either really old or 90s 2000 era.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's some new ones out there too, but I just didn't know why they got all of a sudden popular.
Well, Fox bodies have been popular for quite a while.
For sure. Yeah.
But
And then-
as far as the other version, the other year models, the prices are cheap on them. They're not highly desired. So I guess unless people start buying a lot of them, they may force the price on them. But
The
Even one of my favorite Pontiac guys, old Hunter from Sand Mountain Ballistic, he's got a Mustang hiding in the wings. And it's
Really?
like, yeah, I'm like, I follow him. He follows me, I follow him. And it's like, I love his Star Chief that he's got. But now he's showing me pictures of a Mustang, and I'm like, well, now I kind of want to see that.
I know the Fox body's pretty popular in the street racing scene, the no prep stuff, and a lot of LS swaps going on those.
it's what was great about No Name Nationals was there was not one LS swap Fox body at No Name Nationals.
Don't
Yep.
be hating.
You don't have a
Dalton
Fox
last
body.
night with his LS sucks on there. I'm like, I get it.
No, I totally get the whole LS swap stuff, and that's what Russell and I were talking about earlier tonight. Was his Oldsmobile that he's got will probably be an LS swap car. What's that? A '66, Russell?
66 Delta 88.
Yeah, you were going to put a 5.3 in there, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
It'll fit
It only
a
makes-
whole lot better than a small block Chevrolet will, because I've already had a small block in it and it didn't fit right. The oil pan was rubbing the drag link, and the front harmonic balancer was almost rubbing the sway bar. So
wow.
and then I couldn't raise it up any higher, or I'd have to cut a hole in the hood for the carburetor. So that's the only way I could get it in there, and it just didn't work out real well. So, but the 5.3 will fit in there perfect.
Right. Yeah, the only
That's
issue
great.
I had with my 5.3 was the I used the factory exhaust manifold, and so I have I guess it's the rear steering box. It's behind the cross member.
Yes, that's what mine is.
Yeah, and so that manifold was, I would say, within 1/8 of an inch. It was really close. So it kind of had to wiggle it to jam it in there, but
Yeah,
it got in there. I would love to put headers on it or something else.
right.
Hey, what's going on,
We got
everybody?
Mike
Thanks
Carr
for coming up.
here. We got Mike's Carho here. We got Zach Fox Body Mustang.
Yeah, I saw the link, so I figured I'd come and say hey.
Hey guys,
Welcome, Mike. I don't guess you've been in any of the streams that we hang out in yet, have you?
I've been in a couple because I've subbed to you quite a while ago, so we interacted and I saw you were live, so I definitely came in. There's a couple people that I had already subbed to that were in your chat too, so I just missed a lot. I just missed a lot of, I guess, your guys' live. So try to be paying better attention to that.
Well, this is actually probably the lives that I normally do are when I'm driving or going out somewhere or I'm working on something in the garage. And tonight I just decided to do a go live because I couldn't find my Santa Claus hat. Man,
All right.
I wasn't welcome on the other one. No, I was welcome. I didn't.
That's a
find the
good
hat.
reason to go live. I can't find a Santa Claus hat, so I need to go live.
I'll take my toys and go home.
Well,
Just start my own live.
I'll stay on long enough that he'll finish his, and some people may come over tonight.
But yeah, I figured I'd come up and say, hey, I have quite a few old school cars myself. I have my C10 behind me. You can see it.
Yeah.
It's just a small block Chevy. And then I have a 91 square body Suburban that's slammed with a 6.0 LS in it. And then I also really like 90s and early 2000s Japanese cars. I have an Evo 8. And I also have, let's see if you can see it here, 72 CJ5
Nice.
with a 360 in it.
Early one, yeah.
I don't know if you can see it, but it's got 360. So I'm into all the old school stuff myself.
Cool, man. Yeah, we like C10 stuff, and we like. Let's see what we got. We like.
Oh, man, that's cool.
Pontiacs.
She's
This is a LS
frozen.
Pontiac.
That goat
Yes.
Gold stuff.
Frozen.
frozen.
That's a
She's frozen. So it's an air ride car. It's completely deflated. It's negative 20 degrees, and she's stuck to the ground.
Oh no.
And I can't make the starter turn over either, so I don't know what's going on with it.
Just gotta wait till it warms up.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Kansas, so that's like tomorrow.
Oh.
that one is a 63 Grand Prix, Mike.
63 Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a cool car.
Yeah, she sat in the woods, well, under a tree in the woods for 40 years, and it only has 45,000 miles on her, and no engine or transmission, so, and no trunk. And so
Okay.
I spent 90 days getting her ready for No Name Nationals, and just missed it by that much.
Yeah, I wasn't this year. I wanted to go because I have another YouTuber friend that wanted to go with his C10, but I didn't. I was only at like 300 subs or something at the time, so I was like, I'll hit No Name Nationals next year.
Oh man, you missed it. I mean,
Yeah.
next year will still be awesome, but that first one was.
It was a blast.
Oh, it was a blast. It was a
I'm looking forward to
Ever.
going.
I've gone to major races, NHRA, NASCAR, you name it. I've probably been to it at least once. There was nothing like this.
So
It was crazy.
I'll probably, I don't know, like, cause this truck, it's not fast, but I'll just go have fun with you guys.
Bring it.
I may either tow my C10 down or my Evo behind the Suburban. This next one.
They don't have to be fast to have fun.
Oh
Have
no, just
fun. My truck
I don't
went
care.
out faster than it was.
Look
I don't
at
care
Big
win or
Mike.
lose, man. Just go out and have some fun and meet all you guys in person.
I
It'd be
just
cool.
drove around the parking lot and I had a blast.
Yeah.
But Big Mike's Hoopty Barn brought an old Cornet that had a little 318 in it and had a two-piece drive shaft with a bolt stuck through it to where he could get the slide in it, and he had fun.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised he didn't go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Me and a couple of guys that I talked to on YouTube are talking about doing like a cheap car challenge where we all build like $2,000 cars and then give them away to like some teenagers down there. Go down, have some fun in a $2,000 car build, and then give them away.
Well, didn't Barrows give away a car? Barrows
he
had
did.
a car giveaway, right?
Yeah, he gave
to
Ranchero.
some teenagers.
Yep.
Yeah. So me and
Yeah.
it's like 3 or 4 other guys. We're all talking about doing like, like a cheap build and go down there, have fun with them, and then just give them away.
That would be cool, man.
I
That
wanna
would
get
keep
another
that would
car.
change a kid's life on cars right there. Instantly, this kid's going to be hooked for life. Somebody gave him something like that.
No, see, I'm
Right.
going to identify as a teenager because I want another free car.
Well, I'm looking at building like a square body S10 or something and slapping like a 350 in it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Here's what you
Perfect.
do.
That was a dream vehicle for me.
You bring the square body S10 and the small block Chevy, and we'll put it together at No Name.
There you go.
That would be cool.
Because I'm coming a full day early this time. I'm not going to try to cram it all into a couple days. I'm coming a full day early. I'm trying to arrange either somebody to drive a trailer or at least drive one of the cars because I'm trying to bring 3 now.
Yeah, that could definitely be something fun we do because it would be fun to, for one, just go thrash on something and then give it away.
Yeah, because how many, not counting the people that broke, especially, sorry, Steven, you were permanently broke, but there was a ton of thrashing going on from people, like for my car, Cement Surfer had one there, right? Somebody else
Yes,
brought
he brought his Barracuda on a trailer that it didn't
Yeah.
even have an intake on the car.
Right. So a lot of people brought stuff and thrashed at the event. So I think building a car at the event would just be badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chad twisted a drive shaft and built one out of a drill stem.
Yeah, and Travis and Amber did it twice.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think with enough planning, we could definitely put together something where we do a one-day build on something. You know, like
Sure.
I bring the truck and engine, you bring a trans, somebody else brings some exhaust, and we all just fucking slam this thing together.
Bear Rose actually talked about doing that. We just couldn't make it work this year. But if well, we know the announcement's coming the 30th. So if we could arrange, let's see if they open the
Friday.
gates on Wednesday for tech, then we just say Wednesday we can build a car day and go through tech and all that, and then yeah,
Yeah, it could work.
I'm down for that. I'll build a car.
Yeah, I'm all for it. And like I said, just building that next generation of car enthusiast. So
Yep. Because if we don't have them, everybody's going to be driving Teslas and stupid Dodges that make fake noises.
well, I got a 2-year-old son that's just addicted to cars. I took him to some drag events, and he's into all my old stuff. So, at least I'll put one more car guy out there.
I mean, I'm trying to fulfill my childhood dream this year. I'm 46 years old. I grew up with Hot Wheels cars and jumping them across the couch cushions and everything else, watching Dukes of Hazzard. My New Year's resolution is I'm going to meet John Snyder, and I'm going to meet him, and I'm going to try to crawl across or crawl in the doors or slide across the hood or something with him. He may not do it, but I'm going to do it and fall on my ass.
This guy right here, he can show you how to crawl through a window.
Well, if you watched Pole Barn Garage and I trying to get in the Road Runner, it was horrible. It was really bad.
yeah.
But yeah, I need practice, Mr. Dirt Track guy. I need practice. But I also need a super flat hood to try sliding across on.
Just check out any Tesla you see at the Walmart, man. Just try it out on that first.
Fly out over the Teslas when they're at Walmart. I don't think they'll care. They care about the environment, not their paint. It'll be fine.
And it'll record you too. So if they do have a problem with it,
Oh, so wear my Jason Voorhees mask and then
then do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, I gotta get going, guys. But you'll see me. I'm going on vacation. I'm heading to Florida here in about 2 hours.
rub it in. Shut up.
So, but you'll see me here again in the near future. And I definitely am interested in doing a No Name Nationals car build. And I've been talking to a few guys about building cheap vehicle challenges or whatever, and just having fun.
I'll wrench, man. I'll be there.
All right. Well, it was good chatting with you. Thanks for letting me up on the panel. And like I said, after the new year, you'll see me again.
Man. Good meeting you.
Good
All
to
right.
meet you, man.
Have a good one, guys.
Right.
I'm actually going to head out too. I literally was just going to pop in and say hey because I got some other stuff I'm doing, but I couldn't not jump on your panel too. So thanks for letting me come on.
I appreciate you, Buff. Thank you.
Yep. Merry Christmas to everybody, and
Thanks
I
a lot.
will see you guys next week.
All right. Merry Christmas, Buff.
You too.
All right. So we have Pastor Frank here.
Hello?
Hey,
Can you
how's it
guys
going?
hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. Hold on. Need to fix my microphone.
Okay, we can hear you.
All right. So how's your day going?
Oh, it's been a cold day today.
On a cold day? Y'all
Cold
have-
all day.
Family?
All right. I don't know who that was.
There's something going on.
Yeah, I don't know who that was.
But come on, my headphones are playing a game with me now. My Bluetooth
You know who that was? There?
the little case light is going orange, went white, then it goes orange, and then now it's back to white again. It keeps going orange and white again. It just
Yeah, I don't know who that.
why are
I
you
don't know who that
going
was.
orange? Stop playing games with me.
Well, Steve, man, I'm fixing to have to run myself, and I'm going to have to get around. I got to get up early in the morning. Actually, going to head
All
to
right.
Truman in the morning. So
Oh, are you?
yeah, I gotta go in-law's house for Christmas. So
Oh, that's right. You did tell me you are over here. That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wendy, that was pretty weird right there. That was pretty weird.
yeah, I'd never seen anything
Didn't say
quite like
anything.
that.
It went from the guy to the young guy, the old guy to the young guy, and I don't know. He was sitting there staring at his computer. So
Right. Well, all right. Well, it's been good chatting with you, and let's see if we can't get back
yeah,
together.
Russell, I appreciate you spending a couple hours with me.
Yes, sir. Been fun.